Good morning, children. Today we'll start the lesson Human Reproduction. Now, in human reproduction, as you people are aware of this thing, that human beings are sexually reproducing organism. What do you mean by sexually reproducing organism? They have two different sexes. Organisms having two different sexes are known as sexually reproducing organisms. One sex is male, another one is your female. And the second thing, they are viviparous organisms. Now, what do you mean by viviparous organisms? Those organisms which give birth to the live babies, to the young ones, and they do not lay eggs, are known as viviparous organisms. You must be aware of another term, that is oviparous, the organisms which lay eggs. Clear? Now we'll read about the reproductive events that already you have read in class 10. Still, let us just look at different points. First step or the first process is gametogenesis. You people are aware of this thing, that sexually reproducing organisms produce gametes. Now, what is gametogenesis? It is nothing but the formation of gametes. Like the males, they produce sperms, and the females, they produce ova. Is that clear? Then comes the second term, that is your insemination. After gametogenesis, it is your insemination. What is insemination? Now, nothing else but the transfer of the sperms into the female genital tract or the female reproductive system, that is known as insemination. Because if the male reproductive system is producing the sperms, these sperms have to come in contact with the female ova. How exactly that will come in contact? So the transfer of sperms to take place into the female genital tract. This is known as insemination. After insemination, there comes the process of fertilization. What do you mean by fertilization? Nothing else. You have already read, fertilization is the fusion of male and female gametes and that result in formation of zygote. Again, I am repeating, fertilization is the fusion of male and female gametes that results in formation of zygote. So if the sperms which get transferred into the female genital tract, if it comes in contact of the ovum, it results in formation of a zygote. Now the next step, that is implantation. What do you understand by implantation? Once the zygote is formed, this zygote immediately starts dividing. Now, one celled zygote gets divided into 2, 2 into 4, 4 into 8, like that. And after a certain step, that results in formation of a stage known as blastocyst. Blastocyst then gets transferred to the female uterus and ultimately gets attached to the wall of uterus. This process is known as implantation. So what is implantation? Nothing but the attachment of blastocyst with the uterine wall is known as implantation. After implantation, the multicellular stage or the embryo keeps on developing inside the womb or the uterus of the mother. The child keeps on staying over there till it becomes mature, till it gets fully grown over there. This period of full development of the child inside the womb of the mother is known as gestation. So what is gestation? It's nothing but the development of the embryo in the womb of the mother. The child has to stay for a comparatively long period. You must be aware of this thing. For a period of 9 months, the child has to stay over there. This period is known as gestation. And finally comes parturition. What do you mean by parturition? It's nothing but giving birth to the baby after the child has completely developed inside the womb of the mother. There comes the time when the child has to come out of the body of the mother. This stage is known as parturition. I hope so, children. You people have understood different steps one after the other. First is your gametogenesis, then comes your insemination, then comes your fertilization, then implantation, gestation, and finally parturition. After reading all these steps, then one by one we'll be reading about the male reproductive system and the female reproductive system.